State Representative Raymond Crews is here. Hey, Mr. Raymond, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Robert and Aaron. How are y'all today?
Good. I'm getting younger every day, but we'll talk about that another time. I'm looking at a website here. It says LouisianaShooting.com, and we kind of got into this last week with Gun Talk host Tom Gresham. And the website is LouisianaShooting.com, and as you are aware, there are a number of gun control measures that are coming up in the legislature. And it lists a number of Republican legislators. It says, contact these legislators. We cannot afford to lose even one Republican. Not one Republican vote on this committee. And your name is on that list. Mr. Raymond, it occurs to me that you are, let's just clear all this up. Tell everybody how you feel about gun control, Second Amendment, etc.
Well, I'm a very strong supporter of the Second Amendment, and contrary to most people, I do not see that as primarily a vehicle for the sportsman, for the hunter. I see it as a way to protect the country against tyranny. There's no way to keep a government in check unless they know the citizenry, the people, are armed and can protect themselves.
Do you think that your name is on this list of, and I'm looking at the list, and it's all Republicans and independents, and I'm thinking, obviously this website, LouisianaShooting.com, sees these legislators you included as shaky. Do you think your name might be on the list because you're a first-term legislator and you don't have a lengthy pro-Second Amendment record?
That's the only thing I can guess. I was, from the very moment I started last year, I was in criminal justice, and I think if anybody observed me for even the first 3 minutes, they'd realize I'm a very strong Second Amendment supporter. That's part of the reason I served in the military, and that's why I've had that as part of my my platform since I first started running. That's just an essential right, and it's recognized by the Constitution. It's not granted by the Constitution. It's recognized as one that we have inherently.
So basically, Raymond Crews is a no vote on any gun control measures.
That's correct.
What about the Senate bill that would raise the age for buying assault weapons to 21? Being heard in a committee today. Looks like it may get out of that committee. You're a no vote on that one too?
Well, I got to tell you, some of these gun control measures, they're not going to do anything anyway. It's window washing. There's several things. Sometimes we just have knee-jerk reaction. We think that's going to solve it. 80% of all gun deaths happen from handguns. Why we focus so much on the assault weapon per se is just because it looks menacing. It has nothing really to do with efficacy of stopping these types of crimes.
Let's switch to the Garvey bills. It looks like 3 transportation projects are getting approved. One of them is really big for our area. Tell us what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's great news. Yesterday, the Joint Legislative Committee on the Budget approved the use of the Garvey funds to fund the 220 entrance into Barksdale Air Force Base, and that's a real big deal for our area. First of all, because Barksdale Air Force Base is a huge economic powerhouse for our region. It brings us a lot of pride. We have good relations with the military there. Lots of our retirees in the community came from Barksdale. So it's just a real big thing to keep Barksdale in our area and be able to provide what they need to do their mission. And one of the things they were very intent on getting was another entrance into the base so they could deliver munitions and whatnot to the base unencumbered by the getting off of 220 there on airline or industrial or whatever. This is just a much better entrance, very straightforward, and it's going to open up the east side of that base for lots of development.
You said 220. You mean I-20, right?
Well, they interchange right there, 220 and
so that's
I-20.
where it's going to be? It's going to be out there by 220?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a major project.
Yes, it sure is. And you know how 220 was left kind of, I guess, in a unfinished status, not that they were ever really planning on it, but they have off-ramps kind of built there just out of the berm, the dirt, but they're going to be able to finish that and go straight into the base off of 220.
All right. How long a project is this? I mean, it's multiple years, right?
Yeah, that's up anybody's guess. They've stressed the importance of doing it quickly, but still, in the construction business, that is years. So I'd look for it to be completed in 2 to 3 years, but, anything can happen with bonding and bidding and all those types of things.
Okay, you've been down there in Baton Rouge now in the regular session. Y'all fixed the budget yet?
Well, I'm not on appropriations, but the word I hear from the people there is they are very intent on taking that draconian budget that was presented back in January and spreading those cuts a little bit more evenly and getting rid of some programs. I haven't heard a lot of details on it, but they're very intent on preserving those things that are important to Louisianans and just moving those costs around a bit.
Lots of talk about a constitutional convention, that we really need to change our tax structure, and that may be one of the only ways to do it. Is Raymond Crews for that? Do you support it?
I am, but not necessarily at this time. As you know, whoever's at the helm when those things take place, that has a lot of effect on what the outcome is going to be. So I personally would like to see a much more conservative governor in office before we tackle that issue.
So basically you think, my words, not yours, that John Bell would screw it up.
Like you said, your words, not mine. I'm very optimistic it can be done and done right, but we've got to have someone who shares some of the same vision that we have in North Louisiana, in my estimation. Is
John Bell Edwards a one-term governor?
Well, unless he changes something quickly, it's looking that way to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you hearing that from a lot of constituents?
I've seen politicians change their stripes, but I don't really see that going on right now, so I don't know.
Special session going to follow this regular session?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Raymond.
He shortened this one, right?
Pardon me if I overreacted.
Yes, they're making an effort to complete our regular session 2 weeks early so we can go right into the special during the regularly scheduled regular session in order not to incur any special or extra per diem charges.
Okay, once again, my words, not yours. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Is John Bell insane?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. Misguided, maybe, or a little bit. A lot of people like to play to their electorate, and they sometimes don't realize what their electorate really want. I wish that weren't true, but that seems to be what it is.
But does anyone really expect a different result from this session, special, than the last one?
No, except I really do expect that during this regular session, appropriations are going to be able to do some good work and be able to make those cuts more reasonable.
I expect you to come home without raising my taxes. How about that?
That sounds like a great plan. That's my plan.
Raymond Crews, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you both for the great work you do.
Thanks.